Trust what you say and that's all okay. But everything starts to feel like a con, and I'm the pawn. Am I right or wrong?
This week, we're going to head back up to Alberta for the continuation of that amazing hunt that I had when I shot my monster muley. Now, what you may not realize is on that trip, I actually had 2 other tags in my pocket, one being a spot and stalk black bear tag and the other being a whitetail tag. And what's amazing about Alberta during these first weeks of the season is you never know what you're going to get an opportunity at. And I can promise you that on this hunt, it was simply amazing for me to finish out the Alberta trifecta.
Select Hunter. Select UA Package. Select Point. Select Transport. Select Accuracy Package. Select Nikon Optics.
Just to show you how amazing this trip to Alberta was, this is a little rewind of what happened on my first day of this trip. Oh my gosh, Todd. That is unreal. Come right over here, man. I'll get behind him. Oh my gosh. Look at that. You want to talk about having your day, your one day, the best day of your life. It's right now, from a hunting point of view. That is going to be sweet on the wall. The night after my muley kill, we scouted some awesome whitetails for the next evening. Since I had a good friend of mine in camp with me, I told Todd to take him out for mule deer while I hung a stand that next night and went for a whitetail. Since I can't afford a camera guy, I had to take one of Todd's young workers with me who had never hunted, and while I was literally showing him how to run a camera, you just won't believe what happens next. Zoom like this. There's a little buck. So you just zoom, record, focus. Big buck, big buck, big buck. We've been in the stand 10 minutes. We just cleared this whole thing. I got a brand new guy. He's shaking, I can see him. That's his first whitetail. There's a guy in camp from Denmark. He wanted to come out whitetail hunting, so I told him he could film. We literally just turned the camera on and I'm showing him how to work it. And I'll be darned if the whitetail didn't smell us or seen us or some talking or something. I heard crash, 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 and I turned around and a freaking huge buck just coming running right here to 20 yards. I barely had time to make the shot. I might be a little far back, but that is a ripper buck. That's ridiculous, dude. That's a huge buck. I'm going to show you this rack in a second, but I'm going to tell you right now, this thing's body is probably 300 pounds. It is huge. But if you want to see something else huge, check out that rack.
Alberta has been so good to me. It's my Hoyt loves it because it gets to play a lot up here. And here's another perfect example of why you come to Alberta in the early season. Been up here with Todd at Red Willow Outfitters again. It's 2 hunts that I budget for and book for every year because they have unbelievable early season hunts, and they also have incredible bear hunts in the spring. I could not think of a better way to start out my whitetail season than coming down here and just shooting a giant, huge, heavy mass record book buck. Unbelievable. Stay with us, knock on. Thanks for joining me, dude.
It was exciting.
You gonna ever forget that?
No, I'll try bow hunting again.
Rasmus has never hunted. He had never filmed, never seen. Well, you've seen whitetails.
Yeah, I've seen
but
them.
not up close like that.
No.
And this is a perfect example. All of us out here, we're ambassadors to the sport. If you're a diehard bow hunter, a diehard gun hunter, or a diehard outdoorsman, if you see an opportunity to introduce someone that's never been able to enjoy this, make sure you do it. Take them with you one time. That's all it took for me. One time my uncle took me hunting and I was hooked for life. And I think all you out there have the same type of story. Rasmus is from Denmark. Now he's a bow hunter. A week ago he wouldn't have been bow hunting. Now he's a bow hunter. He's gonna be introduced to archery. He's gonna probably get a whitetail tag, I'm sure now, and try it out for himself. So take responsibility to be an ambassador. Let's grow our sport. Knock on, everybody. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. That was super fun.
Be sure to visit knockonarchery.com to see our entire line of Knock-On lifestyle clothing, as well as some awesome Knock-On gear and accessories that I personally take to the field myself. Enter promo code SHOWFAN and I'll include a free signed photo. Also remember that all U.S. orders over 100 get free shipping. knockonarchery.com.
Dead center.
Now to complete your D-loop and knock set, what you're going to need is you're going to need some loop material, and then you're going to also need a pair of needle nose pliers, or this loop tool that Easton makes is really nice. And we're going to start out putting our loop on by making a J with our loop material, and then I'm going to show you now how you start out with this J and go ahead and put it onto your string. Once you have your J, start out by putting it on the side closest to you, and then push this loop around to the back and pull both of your ends through that loop, just like this, okay? Then you're going to go ahead and pull on both of your end pieces as firmly as you can, making sure that this is tight against the top of your knock set all the way around. You're going to pull on them extremely tight, and then we're going to go ahead and take our tool and we're going to pull this short end as tight as we possibly can, and we're going to then trim it off. Fuzz the end of this up by rolling our finger around on it. Then we're going to get the lighter and we're going to burn a nice little ball right on the end. And as soon as it cools down a little bit, just go ahead and push that flat with your fingertip. It's important that you don't use your fire under the string, because that's obviously going to burn it. So whenever you do this, just turn it slightly so that the flame goes up and you use the bottom of the flame to burn that knot. Now once this is burned down, then you need to take your pliers and pull hard on the long end, just to snug it down once again as firm as possible. Take the remaining long end of this, and then we're going to move it to the opposite side of the string, the back side of the string. Once we've put it on the back side, we're going to go ahead and pre-adjust this about to the length that you want, and we're going to feed this short end through. We're going to bring this short end back towards you on the top, under again, and then back through. this is the part that some people have to try it a few times to get it, but ultimately right here is the look that you're wanting to see before you snug, once again, snug this down as tight as you possibly can, clip it and burn it. Once again, this is already as tight as we could do by hand. We clipped it, we're going to fuzz it. Once again, turn it so that your flame's going up, not under the string. We're going to burn that down, let it cool a little bit, tap it flat, and that's going to give you a nice ball so that it doesn't pull through. From there, what we want to do is we're going to want to cinch this loop down, and you may want to wait to cinch this down after you've put your peep sight in and made sure that your peep is aligned properly with your loop, because you may have to put a twist in your string to get your peep sight straight. But once you have your loop exactly where you want, and before you pull this back for the first time, you take a pair of needle nose pliers and we're going to spread this apart. And we're going to just really cinch that down and get it to the exact length that we want. What makes these Easton pliers so cool is that they're notched right here, so that when you slide this in and you cinch your loop, it really bites it in and makes it perfectly tight, and you're 100% ready to go. Now that we've got our tied nock and loop set and we're at 90 degrees on our rest, then all we have to do to finish our fall away setup is push this rest down flat and push it down as hard as we can with our finger, and then we're going to pull the slack out of this bottom cord and we're going to tighten this screw with an Allen wrench, and it's going to keep our rest in the perfect position, and you're 100% set up and ready to fine-tune your rest through paper.
If you're looking to learn more about archery, be sure to tune in to Nock On Podcast. Nock On Podcast is a weekly talk show where I get in-depth with shooting techniques, equipment setup, and also give you a no BS review on some of the latest industry gear. Nock On Podcasts are great for listening on a road trip or that dreaded ride into work. Expand your archery knowledge with the highest level of world-class information on the airwaves. Nock On Podcast. The night after my giant whitetail, I decided to take my newbie camera guy and try my luck on a spot and stock black bear. Little did I know that I would soon come eyeball to eyeball with one that was as big as me.
Done. Are you recording? Yes. He's down. Down. Perfect shot. Oh my God. Where did he come from?
I heard them behind me.
We're in here spot and stalk, black bear hunting. And we're actually just sitting, I'm actually pretty freaking nervous right now. We were just sitting here at dark, watching this cut line. All of a sudden we hear something behind us. Turn around and here's a bear at about 9 yards. And he came in, folks, and I'm not kidding. He came in to about 4 yards. That was perfect. He's down. It only took 10 seconds and he was done. That was really exciting. Big black. It kind of got me a little shook up. I'm not used to being that close to him on the ground. Were you nervous?
Yeah.
I got Rasmus behind the camera he's from Denmark, filmed me with my whitetail a couple days ago, and now he came out.
Second time, second animal.
Second time, second animal. You're lucky, dude. Stand where the bear, right here is where the bear was, folks. Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
Just like that. Look at this. You won't even believe it. Oh, there's my arrow. Right there's my arrow. Brand new Easton injection. Oh, come here. Look at this. Look at that. Look at it. Look. Come over around. Look at it right here, right here. Oh. Now turn around. Oh. This arrow works. That is a great shot. Gosh, look at that. Look at the size of the head. Oh, look at the size of the head. Sorry for all the blood, folks, but that's what that new Ulmer Edge does. It absolutely takes the edge off. Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
No problem.
Where did he come from?
Lone Wolves Field Recon.
This week's Field Recon, I want to give you a simple tip to really help improve the look of your trophies. This here is 8-ball, and with about 30 minutes of work and a $5 can of hammered bronze spray paint from Walmart, I'm able to get myself a really nice trophy. And what I started doing several years ago with the deer that I don't mount was I'll just take the heads, get the skin off there, and put them in a boiling pot and just boil them on, on a low boil until you see that meat start to just crack. And then you can literally get it off as much as you possibly can with a knife. And then from there, take your skull and go to a high power pressure washer, whether you have one or a buddy of yours has one, and put on that fine point nozzle that has almost like a cutting, peeling edge, and you can literally peel a skull clean to the bone with one of those pressure washers. It hardly takes any time, and you can get it right down to the bone. And then from there, get yourself some masking tape, tape your horns off, and go ahead and just use about 3 different coats of this hammered bronze paint. Put it on there, and you're gonna have just a tremendous trophy to have on the wall. And actually, I went ahead and all the ones I had laying around the garden or around the house that were old skulls that I've had, or even if you find a dead deer during the summertime, these are really cool ways to preserve them and make them look a heck of a lot nicer in your man cave or your trophy room.
The day after my bear kill, I decided to take the morning to teach Rasmus how to hunt, or how to shoot, I should say, with my bow. And that evening we went back into that same area and walked around for a while to try to find a bear for spot and stalk. So here's Rasmus's first night hunting with my bow.
A little bit low. My first bear.
Here in Alberta 3 days ago, I was with John in a tree stand and he shot a very nice whitetail we have sitting in the tree stand 5 minutes maybe, and a nice bull come and a nice shot. Yesterday we do a spot and stalk with John, me behind the camera, and John get a very nice black bear. Today this is my first shot with a bow I practice before we go out, and here is the result. Nice black bear in Alberta. Knocked on. I love hunting.
Dang right you do, buddy.